So I wanted to keep it very short and sweet, but the idea is that this is a forum, a medium for you to understand and ask me questions which I can help you to answer and maybe elucidate a little bit of knowledge for you and understanding, because many people are very confused about what is PgMP program management. Is it really worth it? Will it really help? Okay, can I apply it in our workplace? So there are some these questions you have. Some people have the myth that it's very tedious. No, just to break the myth to start the session, I think it's much easier than the PMP from an effort point of view, from the exam point of view. Okay, just giving you a benchmark on that. Right. This is about me. I love project management. I love program management. I keep on doing new stuff. I write articles. ProThoughts is like my baby, and I love what I do. Even today's talk. So here I am. Okay. So there is no set timing. As long as you keep asking questions, we keep on going. Hi, Mahendra. Good to see you.
Hi.
Great. Yeah. So I want to know, I want to tell you that PMI is changing its direction. What I mean is that currently the PGMP is in the 5th edition. Okay. Earlier, no, in March, no, from the March it went into the 4th to 5th edition. There are so far 5 editions. It started in 2009, and so PMI is actually creating every certification as a product. Earlier it was a little process based. Now they are doing product based. So I will tell you what is that. But that's something from a PMI point of view where they can actually use that product, okay, to enhance your knowledge base, create a value addition in your organization. So when it comes to changes the edition, there is a core team PMI for every product. There is a core team, and then there is a volunteer team, okay, which are experts in their field who helps the core team, and then there are thousands of contributors who can actually check grammatical errors and also you keep on checking on LinkedIn that I contributed to the guide, okay. So it is something which they contributed, not in a major part, but yeah, in some way they contribute a lot, okay. So the change which happened in the PMI, which you guys need to know because you are interested in the PgMP certification. So like I said, they are trying to develop a product, okay, which is a principles, okay. It consists of principles. It consists of the product. So basically, which we call sometimes a framework, right? So it is a product, okay, and they want to involve the agile practices, adaptive practices into this product, okay, so that this can be applied to a wider areas of program and just not to the organizational framework program or portfolio program and this one projects. Okay, I think we have the entire batch joining. Okay, good work, Himanshu. Everyone is joining. Okay, lovely. So I think we have our selected people who were invited. Okay, lovely. So this is why that happened, the change. So if you see the changes from the 1st edition to the 5th edition, okay, it started with mimicking the project management lifecycle. I don't know how many of you are PMP in this group, but I think you have a fair idea of what is project management. So I assume that. So everything was mimicked, okay, on the project management cycle, okay. And it started with 3 domains, okay, which is strategy, benefits, and stakeholder. They got governance added in the 3rd domain. And the idea is to work on these domains. In the 5th edition, they added a 6th domain, which is called collaboration. Okay, so that's an addition there. But generally, the idea is to develop principles. PMP also is based on that. Okay, so that, okay, the fulcrum, the mind, the foundation will be based on certain values and principle which you can apply to apply some tools and techniques in the program, right? That's what we are doing. So I explain a lot in the, I give you a concept of why there is a program, what is PMI's idea, perspective about that. There is a history of program management. Program management evolved in the 1990s, 2000, a similar era where Agile evolved. So I will give you a background. I tell you why programs are important today, why it is increasing demand. Just to give you a statistics from PMI, there are now around 5,000 program managers who are certified as of today. Around five, I don't know the exact number, but around 5,000, 4,000 something. But half of them got certified in the last 2 years, and the remaining half, 2,500, are certified in last 13 years. Okay, so you understand the demand is increasing in the PgMP. Why? Because there is a lot of awareness. Also, there is a lot of that VUCA world. There's a lot of volatility, ambiguity, where program management, agility, okay, fits into this era much better. Okay, so the awareness among the leaderships also has increased a little. People are trying out applying program management, right? Okay, the program management, like I said, is about 5 domains. Okay, these are the 5 domains that you have. It domains are basically themes, or I can call major work areas in a program. Besides this, there can be other supporting activities or work areas, but these are major work areas which are interrelated with each other. There can be other activities like change management, like financial management, like resource management, which are very typically similar to project management. Okay, but these are also activities that the program manager needs to do. But these are 5 major activities, so most of the portion will be involving this. I spent around 1.5 hours on the other work areas, which are like we have customized to help you understand the things, right? This is about the certification exam. Some people may not know this slide will be available majorly on the internet to many people that know this is 4 hour exam, 170 multiple choice, no negative. I think you might be aware of this. So, okay, you can know about that. Okay, now, uh, this is a very important slide. Uh, uh, no, I don't know how many of you have gone through the PGMP guide or the PGMP standard guide, which is available as a member to you all. If you have gone through that, uh, no, okay, anyone has gone through that? Can you give me a thumbs up or something?
I haven't. This is Ashish.
Okay, anyone who has gone through that, or I assume that no one has gone through that. Okay. This slide is much better understood if you have gone through that. Otherwise, okay, I make my own kind of, okay, impression. Okay, not yet. Okay. Hey, thanks, guys. So I assume no one has gone through it. Okay. But if you have gone through it, okay, I want to make a don't take it, I'm just exaggerating, but most of you, if you go through it, goes as a bouncer. What is PGMP? What they're talking about in the guide. It is very dry, unlike say project management, which is a little meatier subject with a lot of tools, techniques. You actually are aware about what is projects, how you do that. You use somewhere. There is a little bit more awareness. Here it looks like, oh, what you are talking about. It goes as a bouncer, right? So what the standard lacks is that how it is implemented day-to-day program. Because most of the people, I'm not generalizing, but I'm just making a statement. Most of the people uh, actually do programs as projects. Okay, most of the people do programs or projects, and therefore they lack that understanding how it needs to be implemented. And the guide also doesn't do that. The guide actually tells what is it all domains all about. What do you mean by benefits? What do you do the strategy? But how it's to be implemented is not. It's lacking. Okay, so I'm sorry about the typo. It can no. So the guideline is very generic. So if you are not understand what is the benefits maps, how to apply benefits, how to find benefits, you will not understand what the guide is talking, right? So it is very generic way of explanation without examples of what is a program, how a program needs to be done, why this artifact. There is no process step by step to understand, which is fairly there in the project management. You do not know, if I'm talking of business case, okay, how to develop the business case, what are the elements which are needed of business case, how to a governance body or a sponsor selects from a business case which project to try. You will not able to judge that, right? So there is a lot of, what do you say, I'm not, if anyone reads it, you will not probably relate to it so easily, even an experienced program manager. Okay, what it provides to you is a good understanding how program is different from a portfolio or a project. Okay, how the domains interrelate with each other, what are the supporting activities in a program, okay, what are the key elements or artifacts in a program. So the guide describes this all, and the gap that we have helped you to understand, okay, right? So that's where we add value. Okay, I'll come back to the earlier slide. Okay, that's where we add value. So my challenge as a trainer, okay, like I do agility, I do agile transformation trainings as well. There's a lot meatier trainings. Okay, it's very engaging content by itself. PgMP, the problem is the engaging content is not there. So we need to make it more engaging through a lot of other things which the participants can sit through, because it's an instructor-led thing, and keep themselves involved. Like for example, we have a case study which actually tells a real life problem which summarizes your understanding in a right discussions, and you actually at the end of case study you actually understand how to apply program management in your workplace, understanding all the concept together. Then we have a lot of quizzes as we play along the training. So whatever you have learned through the quizzes, you understand the concept if there is any gaps. Okay, we provide you a lot of flashcards, mind maps as a study, so you can actually imbibe the terminology, because terminology is important in a PMI or a PGMP exam, right? So the application part, the gaps which I pointed out, we try to cover, and that's a big value add of our training. So after the training and you go through the guide, you will actually understand the guide. It's 170 odd pages. You will understand the PGM, then the effort to take the exam is pretty low. Okay, then the effort to take the exam becomes quite lesser. These are some of the highlights, okay, which I thought of pointing it out. Like some people say that the application is tedious. Okay, now application is tedious because you need to frame it in a way that, okay, the reviewer will approve it. So you need to have a storytelling thing, you need to use the right terminology, which we have sample application with so many people's application being approved. We have a sample application, so we help you with that. Okay, we review your application, we have meetings. So along with me there is another expert. I and the expert will have one-on-one meetings with you. Okay, so these are the things which can help you to get a good comfort level on the application. Application support is not, it's a little monotonous because you need to kind of a little fabricate a story, because the way you had done the program may not be in the actual way the guide tells it. So there is a little effort, switching off, little creative thinking that is involved. So maybe some people find it tough, right? We do not, and this is true for any of our certification. After the certification, we try to keep in touch with all the people and ask them questions. The onus is more on the participant after training to call us, but we do doubt clearing sessions, we try to get together. There is an active WhatsApp group that we play along, okay, to do this. So how to using this, I think is gives you them good confidence about things. So that personal rapport to handle students is one of our hallmarks in ProThoughts. Although as we are scaling up, we are not losing that personal touch with the candidates, right? Okay. one other thing is about applying PGMP in day-to-day work. Okay, that is something which we emphasize on. Okay, yeah, keep asking questions. I will all answer this. Mahendra, I will answer after this slide. Okay, keep asking questions. Okay, so I just covered this. Okay, um, this is some differentiators. I think the material that we have developed, I think it's one of the very good materials that we have. We have infused a lot of games like case study, quizzes. There are a lot of other games that we have put like crossword puzzles and all, which are on the which we do not take in the class because it takes a long time, but we are given as a self study on the portal. Okay, and application support, some people actually choose the institute whether they're doing application support, or so we definitely do that. We have only done application support as well for a lot of international students as well. And there is no application, we are doing PGMP for last 8 years, there is no application which has yet been rejected by PMI through us. Okay, this is some of our material set. I think Himanshu might have sent to, if you're already inquired with people. We give a lot of material, including artifacts and templates for you to use it in your workplace. Okay. Right. Okay. So maybe I will jump to the questions. Okay, I had given some PGMP trend statistics for all who are interested. I don't. I was given a time of 30 odd minutes, but I'm taking a little longer, perhaps. Okay, I thought of completing it in 20 odd minutes, my thing, and I can have questions, answers. But these are recently I had taken some jobs on the word program manager. Okay, uh, they're not necessarily they want PGMP certified people, but I've just know the number of jobs. Okay, this is India. Okay, this is the salaries offered. Okay, uh, I'm not. This is Naukri.com. 41 is from 1 to 5 CR. I'm not too sure about that, but I just copy pasted it on the jobs. Okay, uh, so this is, now I'm just telling you the demand for program management. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so these are like jobs for program manager in India from another site. These are the jobs for program managers in the US. Okay, from another site. Okay, uh, if you see the number of jobs available in the world for program management, okay, as a designation. Okay, so I'm sure they're handling either a large project or multiple projects. Okay, the demand for program management is certainly high. Okay, and the number of certified people, there is a huge gap. And if you do the program management clearly, the idea of program management clearly is the benefit of doing that is saving huge cost, and more importantly, delivering the value sooner, the benefits sooner. That's also an opportunity cost. So I think it's a huge benefit if you do the programs right. Okay, use strategic right, use your decision making right, applying the right tools and techniques. So it makes a lot of sense to have that knowledge asset, and as you're growing, a recognition as well. So there are various reasons why many people do PGMP, right? So okay, we have an average batch around 9 to 10 people. Okay, uh, sometimes more, sometimes like we have global batch. Last time it was Australia, and we have sometimes a good problem to solve where we have United States and Australia together. But yeah, so that's how it is. Okay, so let me go to the questions answered. So please, guys, shoot okay your questions, and I will happy to answer. Okay. Also, I know my name is Ashish Sadekar. Get me connected on LinkedIn, and I will be also happy to get connected with you and have a chat. But yeah, answer as many questions, because one your question can benefit others as well, right? So that will be good. So first, I'm giving the chance to um, I'm Mahendra. Mahendra, I'm just searching your question. I got the panel wrong. So one second. Yes, okay, I got the question. So yeah. So Mahendra asked, how many certified PGMP in the past year through ProThoughts and typical certification percentage out of those that appeared for the exam? Okay, first of all, every exam of PMI is ANSI compliant. So you don't get the percentage, you get grades. Okay, like about target, and everything. Okay, you just say get a pass or a fail. Okay, I currently do not have a number, okay, of last year's number, but okay, I will tell you some statistics. So if you are 10 people in every batch, suppose we are 100 people in a year, okay, who do PGMP with us, okay, out of that, only 20 people or even lesser go to the exam and take the exam. Okay, out of that, we have almost 95% who are passing. The rest 80% who do not take the exam are not failed, but they do not go to the exam and they do not maybe do not do that. That's a problem PMI is also trying to solve. And therefore, they incentivize a premium partner like us uh, with some vouchers so that the exam cost is reduced for that, maybe, so that they can take the exam as well. Okay, so we can pass that exam voucher to you. There is some reduction in cost. I hope I'm answering the questions on this. Okay. You can also talk and ask me questions. Okay, that's also fine. You can unmute yourself and ask questions. Niranjan is asking, is PMP needed for PGMP? The answer is no. Okay, it's not a eligibility criteria that you need to be a PMP certified to appear for a PGMP. But if you are a PMP certified, then your project experience, you don't have to document in your application form. If you are not a PMP, you need to document your project experience as well as your program experience in the application form. Bharat, yes, go ahead.
Ashish, just I wanted to understand because as you showed that there are a lot many manager positions open across, right? But when I actually go into the field, people misunderstand project management, program management very differently. The interpretation of the
Yes.
companies are very different, right? So I just
Yeah.
want to understand when we do this PMP, would it help me correct those things in my organization at least?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Well, there is, you will be well enlightened about what is the project, what is the
Because
program,
when
what
we
are the
open
skill
up
sets required.
when we
Sorry.
go through those documents, right, and the what do you call the guides, right, the clear demarcations are not very evident as to what we call a program and where will be it be more applicable to, right? But whereas in PMI, we very well understand how what a project is and how a project should be executed and what a group of projects aim to do.
Yeah. So, okay, how to designate a program, what to call a program, where to call project. I think that you will be very clear after the PGMP training for sure. Whatever the questions you ask, you will be very clear about the
Okay.
PGMP training. And know
Okay.
how to actually know select a program, how to select a project within a program. Know what is the difference between a project and a program. Not only that, what are the skill sets required for a project manager, what are the skill sets required for a program manager, how they complement each other. It's not an extension from a project to a program manager. It's not
Correct.
no higher responsibility. There are two
That is where I
different
face a
skill
challenge
sets.
currently. That is where I face a challenge. Though my designation says a program manager, but
Yeah.
effectively I'm just doing project management, where I've been
Yes. Yes.
shortlisted for project program management, and I've been telling the team multiple times that this is not what a program manager does.
Yes, that's correct, Bharat. So I also, when I my so when I was a successful project manager, I got a designation as a program manager. Then I did better in the next year. I got senior program manager, although I was doing projects only. Yeah, so that is correct, and you will realize the difference as well. Yeah, so many
So
organizations do that as well. Yeah.
how long does the training last for, and like when would be like, and then again the financial aspect of the training as well as the what do you call the exam.
Yeah. So the training, we do it for around 16 hours. We have split that across 3 days. Okay. And we are intelligently split it because of the heavy content, and then we wanted breaks. So we have split it. It actually works pretty well with people across the globe. That's one question. And you asked about what is the second question, Bharat?
The financial aspect of the training as well as the courses, the examination itself.
Yeah, I think Himanshu might give you. We have a slider on that. I think he
Okay.
will send you the commercial
No,
aspect.
he did, but it was quite long back. I didn't get time to connect
I
with him
will, I will,
recently.
okay. I will request him to send that.
Sure.
I don't want to discuss the commercial aspects, but we actually regarding commercials, we ensure that there is a parity among everyone who has paid for the PGMP participant.
Okay.
There will not be someone who's paying X and someone is paying 2X. We
I
don't.
agree, totally agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, so
Thank
that
you.
because people discuss, and for last 11 years since our existence, we haven't done that. But we have a group, early bird group of two and group of three, and we try to have consistent on that. Also, I think Himanshu might have told you, but I will tell you that for the exam point of view, because we are a ATP premium partner, we'll pass on the exam discount to you. So you might get around 5,000 rupees for per person for the PGMP exam from us. So if you book through PMI site, you may not get it. But if you book through us, you get that 5,000 rupees off.
Okay. Thank you for answering them. Thank you, Ashish.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Sorry. Okay. Asima Das is asking, which certification is more weightage between PMI or PGMP? Any specific have both course to have both course design? Okay, PMI is an institute which offers certification. So you're asking which certification, which a PMP or a PGMP. That's how I'll read it. Any reason to have both course designed for? Okay, program management and project management, two complete different ideas and different things altogether. Projects.
Yes, yes. Ashish, I realized while the other teams were discussing this point, and I
Okay.
figured that yes, one PMP is to deal with the project managers, and PGMP is basically designed for
Correct.
program managers, where they'll be handling multiple projects, and then kind of multiple projects make a single program. So I got that. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Yeah, okay, probably. So there is a little nuance there, Asima, in
Hmm.
terms of that it's not only multiple projects, it's multiple related projects. Okay, just to give an example, there are a lot of interdependencies.
Correct.
And because you manage that multiple related projects together, you achieve the benefit much sooner. Okay,
Hmm.
and it's better managed. So there are reasons to why you do a program, but that we will
Hmm.
elucidate when we do this. Okay, but yeah, more great that you got the answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Ashish.
Yeah, no problem, Asima. Okay. Anurag is asking on the eligibility criteria. Can you please guide, sir? Is overall 15 years experience required? No. PMF said details are pretty confusing. Okay. So there are number of years in terms of your program management experience and project management experience is what they want. So you need to, so most of the people, Anurag, do not do programs in the manner which the guide says. Okay, that's a reality. So, okay, so you need to actually fabricate something very similar. If you're managing multiple projects, you need to call them a program and then reverse link what we have learned to get them a program. You need to show them 4 years of program management and project management experience. But I will have Himanshu send you the details tomorrow. Okay, on the things. Okay, if you do not get it, just tell Himanshu to send the details on exact eligibility criteria.
So, Ashish, this is Harsh. And I think you kind of touched based on this, but my question is, I already have PMP, right? And I've renewed it multiple times.
Okay.
How does that, how does that, I mean, how do they look at it when I will be applying for PGMP? Like, because I know I'm conscious of the fact that they will be considering? I mean, do they really correlate what I'm putting or what I had put into PMP renewals as purely only projects, or do I get the opportunity to state? Because of course, until I go for PGMP, everything I'm putting as my PDUs or whatever for my PMP renewal only. So is there any impact of that, or does it influence in any way to them in terms of how they review the form or the application, I mean, for
No.
PGMP?
Okay, so there is no impact because your PMP, how they will review your PGMP. PGMP will be reviewed on your 3 questions that you answer in the application form, and of course the eligibility point of view.
Right. So
Okay,
that don't look at the cycles from PMP. It doesn't really matter, right?
doesn't really matter. Okay,
Perfect.
according to,
Okay.
although I do not have a typical insight of how they do the audit,
Yeah.
but 99.9% it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I just don't want them to pick up those years and say, "Hey, hold on a minute. You said you're a project manager here, and now you're saying different." So that's the concern.
No, PMI is a very white elephant. No, they will not get into that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, there is no data to actually do that. No, don't worry about that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can is overall 15. Okay, I answered this. Asima, okay, I answered this. Mahendra, okay. Recommended timeline. Please let us know the recommended timeline for getting certified post the contact hours. Okay, we have an exam strategy, Mahendra. So in that, no, after the training, we say 45 days, which is the average timeline given you work for 2 hours every day. I don't think is effort intensive. What is needed to understand the concepts in PGMP? Okay, that is what is needed, and you need to have a good reading comprehension to understand the exam questions. You will crack the exam. So 45 days is a recommended timeline, if you ask me, which is for an average person. There are some people who have done it before. There are some people who have taken more than that as
So one other question, Ashish, if you don't mind.
well. Yes. Yeah.
Um, does the application goes for audit first and then we pay the fees, or do we pay the fees and then it's decided whether it's going to go for audit?
Yeah. I was thinking of putting this whole cycle, which is there in the PGMP deck, how the
Okay.
process is, but I thought that was a little too detailed, but I will answer that. So first it goes for audit. Every application is audited. This is basically for whether you have done the compliance right. Okay.
Right.
So, no, your just way of whatever writing is all nonsense. They will actually kind of cancel that. So okay, but I don't think anyone does that. So audit is the first step. Second step is after it's audited, you are requested to make the payment.
Okay.
Okay, so you make the payment for the exam. Okay, after that it goes for a panel review. Panel review are people like me or you, okay, who are volunteers who your name will not be reviewed, okay, and they will also not reveal their name, and they will actually review your application in little more criticality, like the 3 questions. So what do you, how you really done the program in the manner they have specified. So it's very subjective, but they review the question. Generally, if they're not satisfied with the answer, they will actually give kind of a second chance that no, this answer is not really looking, no, this is not a program, and they suggest that you give a new answer, and they give multiple times. It's not like done. I have not seen any rejection, and if there is at all any rejection by the panel reviewer, you get your fees refunded which you have paid earlier. Does
Okay.
that help you?
And
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. That answers that. And the exams are still happening at Prometric, or now can you take it like a video exam at
So
your place?
Pearson is the center.
Yeah.
Currently, there is no proctor for PGMP, but I heard they will be starting sooner. But I have been hearing that for last year as well.
Right. So you still have to go to Pearson for the exam.
Yes.
And are they like because I think it was only in Mumbai a few years ago. Is it now in Pune
No,
or elsewhere?
Pearson is everywhere.
Okay, cool.
Prometric was in selected. We are
Okay,
talking Prometric. That was 5 years back, Harsh.
okay, all right,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Sasank, Sujit, Anurag, Vivek, Mahendra, Harsh, Asima, Bharat. Any questions? Are the training session online? Yes. We have a global audience, Niranjan, so that's how it is. Superb. Any other questions? Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Niranjan. Okay, if you have any doubts, so guys, okay, and if you think there is an afterthought, okay, you have my LinkedIn ID, you can just write a message to me. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the quick, your valuable time.